everybody, and welcome back to part 4 of 12 Rules for Life by Jordan B. Peterson. I apologize for my delay for not posting videos as frequently. I've been dealing with a lot of personal stuff. If you follow my Instagram page, you definitely know what's been going on in my life. Besides that, you've probably noticed that we're back in my basement instead of being outdoors in the beauty of the world. Without further ado though, let's get into today's point. There's not really a lot of points. It's really just talking about one rule in particular, and you've probably already read it. It's right behind me. And that's Rule 3. Make friends with people who want the best for you. Now I want to start off with this one particular point that Jordan mentions is something so eerily similar to my current situation. Jordan mentions that whenever he used to live in a small town with about like 1,000 people or something like that, everyone knows each other, right? And he was mentioning that all his friends at the time, they were all teenagers, and they all, did dumb things just to, pass time because they didn't know what else to do. So then later it turns out, whenever Jordan wanted to kind of explore more of this beautiful place we call Earth, what he did is went on an adventure with a few of his friends, I think just 2 of them, and whenever he got to a certain location, which was like 800 miles out from where he was currently located, he noticed that his friends did the same exact thing as they did back home. As soon as they got to their current location, they pretty much hit up a pot dealer to get some pot and then just sit back in the hotel room and smoke pot and not do anything. In my life, I have 2 friends that actually went out to Colorado about maybe 2 years ago, and they literally did the same thing. They went out to Colorado, they went to a dispensary, they got pot, and all they did was sit inside the hotel and just sit there and smoke weed. They didn't even go outside to go explore and go hike or do anything. They just sat in the hotel room. What Jordan mentions in a fabulous quote that I really liked is, although we had traveled a long distance, we had gone nowhere at all. Jordan mentions this because literally his friends did the same exact thing as they did back home, just in a different situation, in a different location. With this, what I elaborated from the book, from what Jordan wrote, is pretty much old habits persist everywhere you go, no matter the location, no matter your current life situation, no matter what it is. I really like this point because it kind of goes back to the fact of, for example, when people say they win the lottery, they're going to give back so much money. But we kind of know that's not true. Why is that? Because currently, the fact that they don't have a lot of money to give, they're not doing anything for charities. They're not doing anything to donate their own time to help others. So why is it that if you got a bunch of money, all of a sudden you're going to start giving away and being so giving? Just because your life situation changes doesn't mean that your habits are going to change. Going back to Jordan's friends, the ones that went out with him and just ended up just smoking pot and not really doing anything, these friends, they weren't really beneficial to Jordan's growth. Jordan noticed this, so he eventually moved out on his own, I think with his sister, I believe, out to a big city. And once he was out there, he decided to pursue his dream. While he was out there, he found out that one of his friends, his closest friend's cousin, was going out there as well. And before he met his cousin, I think his name was Ed, he met Ed a while back before he moved to the main city, and he pretty much said that this guy was so uplifting, so smart, so genius, like he thinks that he's going to be like the next Albert Einstein. Turns out though, whenever he saw him in the downtown area, after a few years he moved out there, Jordan saw Ed, and Ed was seriously just a deadbeat person, and it was terrible. This guy moved out to the city, and you thought that he would, take advantage of the city and start growing and start becoming a better person, but it turns out he just started to do more drugs, and he just started to pretty much kill himself slowly but surely. What Jordan noticed with Ed is just because they have a good, loyal friendship doesn't mean that Jordan has to be friends with him. He knows that Ed isn't really helping Jordan become a better person. Hence, make friends with people who want the best for you. Although Ed probably did want the best for him, you have to take in consideration what his current life situation is. And that stuff feeds off onto Jordan's life, so inevitably he had to cut him out. You want to be hanging out with people that are bettering you, that are making you someone more ambitious, someone that, is striving to do good things in life. If you're hanging out with people that aren't giving you good energy, feeding you positive energy, you're not going to be going that way. Instead, they're going to be dragging you down and pulling them down with you. What I want you guys to realize too is the people that you have around with you, though you might like them personally, they have like great personality characteristics, don't spend too much time with them if they're not bettering you. If you don't have the same visions and morals and values as they do, you guys are just going to grind up against... Oh, God, it sounds so wrong. Okay, you're not grinding up against each other, but what I'm trying to say is your minds are going to keep hitting against each other like this, and you're not going to really be growing. You're not going to be growing, and your friends are not going to be growing. So really, it's not a mutual benefit. You don't want to be trying to save people. Some people, they want to be saved. Some people, they don't. You shouldn't be trying to save people because there's an inadvertent effect on it. So, for example, if you're trying to help these people, there's probably some underlying reason why you're trying to help them. Maybe it's an ego thing. You're trying to make yourself feel better because you know that person's in a bad spot and you think you're better than them, so you're trying to make them feel better. Now, I don't think that's the case with me. I think it's just I hate seeing people down under, and I want them to see the light and the good things to come. But like Jordan said, some of these people, they don't want the help. They make it seem like they do, but once you put that help out there, they don't reach your hand and they don't take action. So cut those people out. It kind of comes down to the point that people aren't going to get better if they aren't looking to get better. Lead by example. Don't tell them what to do. Don't tell them what they should be doing. Just lead by example. You're hanging out with a group of friends that are constantly partying and not doing anything to better their lives. Instead of telling them that that's what they're doing and their lives are going to shit because of it, don't do that. Instead, just walk away from the group and start doing things that make your life better. Then your friends are going to notice that and they're going to want to improve their lives because they saw you do that. Really, the biggest takeaway on this video is pick your friends wisely and make sure that they're benefiting you just as enough as you are benefiting them. It's a mutual benefit. Make sure you're having good friends. It's healthy to have good friends that support you while you support them. Pick your friends wisely, guys. Well, guys, that's all I have left in today's video. Be sure to drop a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this video. Other than that, follow us on Instagram and please subscribe below. I'd really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Keep being amazing and keep being great. Take care.